So, Joker game. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Professor Anime coming back at you in another video. In today's video, guys, I'm here to bring you all my first impression / review of Joker game. So let's get this started. So I gotta say, Joker game might be, in my personal opinion, the anime of the season. For me, at least. I mean, just how this whole episode was drawn out, like, I am really digging the premise of this series. It seems like it's going to have a good story, it seems like it's going to be a good thriller, and I'm just liking the overall strategy and mind games of this series that it's presenting. So what is Joker game about? Joker game is a military seinen series that takes place in the year 1937, before World War II begins, where Japan is at its highest industrial peak right now, and we also have it to where there are pretty much spy groups that are going back and forth country to country to try to gather information from each country. Now, with this series, we have it to where there is a special organization called the D Agency, to where there is a individual named Commander Yuki, I think his name is, and pretty much his ideals and his beliefs lead him to recruit certain personnel that don't really have a specific military background whatsoever. They are pretty much just everyday civilians, and he recruits them into his own agency for them to become spies. He teaches them communication, lockpicking, pharmaceuticals, you know, all this bunch of stuff. Normal stuff that you think a regular spy agent would need in order to carry out specific actions. Now, this is where the series becomes really interesting, because since this is a historical time period where World War II is about to break out, we have it to where these spy groups end up going off to other countries to try to get information from one another. And then this is where the Joker game takes place. So what is this Joker game? Now, the Joker game is not necessarily a card game. You would think it would be, but it's not. We do see a card game play out within this episode, but actually the poker game actually plays some sort of significance with pretty much all of the agents in general. Now, what we know so far is that all of these agents within the D Agency are they're acting like friends. They are acting like friends. They're hanging out with one another, but they don't know each other's real names. And the thing is that they don't trust one another. Now, this Joker game, we have it to where, you know, pretty much one of the agents will try to, you know, persuade through signals the other agent in order to comply and form a pact with one another. However, at the same time, they could also betray each other at either time. So really, we have it to where all these agents, they don't really trust one another whatsoever. And we see this at the end of the episode of the Joker game, which ends out being Sakuma actually drawed the Joker card. So, like, I just love, like, how this Joker game isn't necessarily a card-based battle, but what it really is, it is a psychological strategy type of manipulation game that plays out through the entirety of the series. So pretty much the first episode of Joker game was pretty much just setting up the world and the characters that we will be getting into when it comes to this series. Now, I will say this. When it comes to the design of the characters, besides Yuki and Sakuma, the people within D Agency, the rest of the agents, they look alike. They really do. It's almost like they are the same person. And I don't know if that was implied to possibly, you know, play some sort of significance that will play out in the entirety of the series, or if that is just a representation of the people within D Agency. Like, all of these people are like one another, and therefore you don't really know who is who. Like, I don't know how that is playing out, or maybe if that is just the design in general of the characters. If it's any complaint that I actually had about this episode of Joker game, it would have to be the English that was presented throughout this episode. I'm not going to lie, it was pretty cringeworthy. Now, the American playing as John Gordon, I guess that was his name, he wasn't really that bad, but when it came to the other agent, I don't really know all the agents' names yet, so please forgive me. But when it came to the agent telling, John Gordon that if we don't find anything within your household, our commander here or our lieutenant here will end up committing harakiri. And, like, just the way the English played out with that, I was just like, oh my god. So yeah, I gotta say, my first impressions of this series is spot on. I really, really enjoyed this first episode of Joker Game. I mean, overall, I love the premise, where the direction is going. The story seems like it's going to be cool. It seems like it's going to be a really good thriller. The overall atmosphere of the series is very fitting, especially for a World War II sort of setting. Like, I am really enjoying the atmosphere. I get some sort of like Baccano vibes from this series, and like overall, just everything about the series seems really, really interesting, and I really cannot wait to see more from what this series has in store. Now, I know this isn't going to be a series for everyone, but I do highly recommend you at least go check it out just to see if you would like it. Just keep in mind that this isn't necessarily going to be some sort of battle type of series. This is going to be more of a psychological type of mind game series, and that is something that is not really shown all that much through anime out there, and that is something that I really, really enjoy. So yeah, definitely check out this series if you haven't already. I personally am considering this my possible anime of the season because I know everything isn't out yet, but when it comes to this series, like, this series has shown me the best impression out of all the anime that have come out yet. And in my spring anime lineup, I said that, it's either going to be Joker Game or Bungo Stray Dogs that is going to be my personal anime of the season. So we're gonna have to wait until Bungo Stray Dogs comes out, but for right now, Joker Game might be my anime of the season. We will just have to wait how this series plays out and how the other episodes are handled before I can actually make a judgment, of course. But so far, really liking this series. Let me know in the comments down below on what you thought about this first episode of Joker Game. What did you think about the review? What did you think stood out in the series that you actually really enjoyed? And of course, if you like this video, don't forget to drop a like. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to stay up to date to my future content on this channel, please hit that red subscribe button below, and you will never miss a video from me. That about does it for this video, guys. Love you all, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.